You're listening to the Drum Shed Podcast.
Welcome to the Drum Shed Podcast, and today it's me and Tom Howarth. How are you?
I'm very good, thank you, Matt. Thanks for having me on. Really appreciate it.
It's nice. So we've just been chatting before, and you're a Cornwall boy. Are you from Cornwall, or are you just that's where you live now?
I swear I live now. So I was born in London,
Right.
but I only lived there for like 6 months or something. Then my parents were doctors, so they moved to different places. So I don't know why I said they were doctors. Any job moves to different places. But we moved to Cardiff, and I was there till I was about 7. Then down to Plymouth, and then so I've been in Cornwall since I was about 8. So pretty much most of my life. It's like, well, where my roots are, even though they're kind of not, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, I get it. I get it. And I've worked out obviously from your website that you're in Liskeard or near
Yes.
Liskeard.
No, I'm pretty much like right outside of Liskeard. You can walk into town from where
Yeah.
I'm on a farm outside Liskeard. So
Nice.
yeah. Yeah, it's good. I can make as much noise as I want, and not many people complain.
It's
It's
one of my
great.
favorite places. I love the
But
racetrack up the road.
Liskeard,
Well, not
oh,
Liskeard, the
it's
place, but the area. The area.
yeah,
So you've got
yeah,
the
it is
racetrack,
nice.
you got the high ropes thing, haven't you?
Yeah,
Not high
yeah.
ropes, the big swing.
That's a adrenaline quarry.
That's the one. Yeah, I've not been on that. My wife and son have been on that. I won't do that.
Uh,
But the racetrack is great, and
yeah,
the caves down the road, and the duck.
yeah. A cavern, Conglaze Cavern.
Yeah, I've been in there.
Is that right?
The
Yeah.
old yellow helmets like the doozers.
Oh, I've never been. Honestly, I'm pretty useless. I've only been to a lot. Like you said, adrenaline quarry. I've been on that zip line, but I went on it like 10 years ago.
Mm,
Uh, I think now my kids are getting older, we might start doing more stuff like that.
yeah.
It's not. It is really nice. I think like I don't want to get controversial, but a lot of locals aren't a fan of like tourists. They get in the way, they can't reverse up lanes and all that kind of stuff. But it's actually I find it quite like I don't know when you see someone really enjoying where you live
Mm.
and making it there like 1 week of the year they decide to go. Like I'm almost kind of like honored. I'm like, oh wow, I'm so lucky to live here. I remember we were at the Eden Project a few years ago, and I mean we go to the Eden Project like when we can't think of anything else to do. So we've got a local pass. We're like, oh whatever, let's just take them to Eden. Like that'll drain our Saturday.
Mm.
And there were a couple there, and they looked at each other, and they were like, I can't believe we're finally here at the Eden Project, and I was like, oh man, like we're quite lucky, I guess. It's a really nice part of the world, and yeah, and as I say, I get to make as much noise on a farm here. And I grew up here, and I always wanted to sort of come back and set my roots here and have my kids grow up here and all that. Whereabouts are you based? I should have stalked you.
Well, I'm just outside the window, can't you see? No,
Hello.
I'm in southeast London, so not far from
Ah,
Greenwich.
yeah, complete opposite of me then. I can't handle cities, mate. Like
Okay,
it's
yeah, neither can I. I mean, to be honest, I don't. I either work at home or I go out to where I work, and I can be
Mm,
anywhere between Caterham and Southampton.
right.
So Portsmouth. So I'm out when I go out and do what I do.
Yeah.
Uh, and I very rarely go into town. The only time I tend to go into town is if I'm going to Ronnie Scott's, which isn't that often. And
Yeah.
then you just literally get on a tube. It's amazing what happens. You go underground, right? And then you get on this little train, and then about 20 minutes later, you pop up right in the middle of London, and it's like magic.
Wow. That sounds like witchcraft, mate. I cannot imagine. I
It,
have been to London,
no, no,
but yeah,
no,
we do the
seriously,
tourist thing.
I'm not even joking. I still find it amazing because I spend everywhere. I drive everywhere, and driving in London or anywhere really these days, like the 20-mile-an-hour thing in Wales is everywhere in Wales, and the 20-mile-an-hour things are pretty much everywhere. And I don't, driving through London, you don't see police officers as much catching people. It's just cameras everywhere. And like you just make an innocent mistake and you've got yourself a ticket for going too early in a bus lane, or you've got yourself a ticket for
Oh,
someone
mate,
stopping in
yeah.
front of you and you being in a box junction. So all these kind of things are like they're just out like traps.
Mm.
Um,
Well, a part of my uni course was to do like a tour, and we played a gig in Leicester Square on a Friday night. And I was like 21, hadn't long passed my test, which I took in Cornwall, and honestly, like scarred me for life. Driving into Leicester Square on a Friday night, finding somewhere to park, finding somewhere to unload the gear, like, and I, as we said off air, like I get quite stressed quite easily. I don't quite know how to deal with stressful situations a lot of the time.
mm.
And yeah, no, mate, and this is before like, you know, sat navs and whatnot. We had a sat nav, but it was rubbish. But you know, you just type it in your phone now, and it's like,
Yeah.
it will take you there. We'll take you there, and you know, watch out for the speed camera. Watch out for that.
So
Yeah,
we'll talk about
yeah,
drums
that's.
in a minute, but just to say, the
Oh
one
yeah.
thing that is helpful if you're driving in London is the 20 mile an hour, because actually
Mm,
it gives you more time. If
mm,
you don't know where you're
yeah.
going, it's someone's not tooting you behind you because they've got to go 20 as well.
Oh, that's really good. That's why sometimes I love roadworks, because
Yeah,
you're like you can look ahead and you can
gives you
see what's,
time.
unless you really need a wee. Do you know what I mean? But
Yeah,
like, yeah, sometimes because I've got to drive to Liverpool for the
yeah,
UK drum show
which we'll get onto.
from Cornwall, which we'll move on to, and that's about 6 hours in the car. So I've got to leave, I reckon, at about 4 in the morning. I want to get there and see everything I can on the Saturday. And then obviously I'm doing my thing on the Sunday, which I hopefully we'll get onto in a
We're going
minute.
to talk
But I
about that
like
in a
this.
second.
I like a chat. This is good. I've got a lot of people that's, oh man, 6 hours in the car on your own. You're gonna handle it? It's like, well, I've got 3 kids. Yeah, I'll be absolutely fine. Some time to myself. I've
If
got my
only there was,
audiobooks.
only there was like a podcast you could listen to.
Well, with a backlog, I've been listening to a lot of your episodes just to get the vibe of everything, and
Yeah.
just to double check that I haven't booked myself on some crazy right wing, like
Yeah,
ultra
politics is
right wing.
off the that conversation about London and traffic was the most political I get. Um, that that's not never ever on my menu, to be fair.
Excellent. Same
It's
with me,
about
mate.
drums,
Same with me.
about
It's
life and
none of my
drums.
business. None of my business. Right. So yeah, yeah.
Can I mention your
Liverpool.
hat first?
You can mention my
You've
hat.
got a low boy hat on, which is
I've got.
fantastic.
It's
I'm
my
gonna
favorite hat out of
I'm
all of
gonna
them.
oh yes, you got no hair like me. But
Oh yeah, no. I never wanted to be a cap guy. Like never, but like when I started thinning on top during the pandemic, I didn't go to a hairdresser, and I looked at myself in the mirror, and I was like, wow, I look like Keith from The Prodigy. I need to do something about that. So shaved it all off, and then I was like, oh, I'm a little bit insecure about it, so I'll wear a hat. Then obviously my first video went like crazy, crazy viral, or one of them did, and then all of a sudden everyone's sending me hats, and I'm a hat guy. So.
I mean, I thought the reason I went bald was because I'm a hat guy, because I've always had hats. I mean, you can't see behind, but I've got a row of hats. I've got this one special hat, which is extremely cheaply made, but the
Oh,
Drum Shed
lovely.
podcast hat, just a Vistaprint job, that one.
Mm.
But I've got so many. I've got every hat that Meinl made so
Oh,
far.
wow. It's
Uh,
impossible. I think if you're a hobbyist in something like drums, it's impossible to not be a hat person, because you get them like, this got sent out with the, if you I'll show you I've had a lowboy thing made up. I paid to have it like a custom made and all that. And
yeah,
it's incredibly geeky. I'll use my drum key to show you. Can I show you if I've got time to
yeah,
show
yeah. Do
you?
that. Well, I'll just tell you that I've got mine. I haven't done it yet, but mine's on the not on order, but it's in pre-order, as in the sense that I'm about to buy it. Yeah, very similar. So mine is going to be the mint green
Hmm.
stripes
Yeah.
with the brown wood, and it's probably
Yeah.
going to be leather. Have
Yeah,
you got leather or
yeah, I've
wood
got
there?
leather.
Yeah,
This is wood and the leather face.
yeah.
So this is incredibly geeky. Have you played the like Zelda series? Are you into computer games?
Oh,
No, all
I
right.
remember
Well,
from the Nintendo. Yeah, the old days. Yeah.
yeah. So
Oh,
I've
it
had
is
the
Zelda colors, isn't it? Oh, you got
yeah,
the
Zelda
thing.
colors, and that's the Triforce.
Oh, that is
Right.
extremely geeky. I think
It
you've
is
out geeked me.
extreme.
I'm not sure I like
Yeah,
being out geeked.
I told like when I put the order into Jeremy, he was like, sure. Don't you want your name on it or logo? I was like, no, I want
Should I
the
get the
Zelda
minor
thing.
one
Yeah.
put on it, or will I get in trouble for that?
You might get into it's not a, and it'll be like knockoff merchandise then, won't it?
It'd be like one of
Um,
those Louis Vuitton bags, wouldn't it? Um,
you can
so
sell it at the UK drum show, mate.
the color that I'm gonna have is for the Dixon Mint,
Oh yeah,
Neo Mint. So
yeah.
I'm now I've realised I might need two. So, and then my boy wants one. My boy wants one as well. So I haven't ordered
Oh
them yet,
mate,
but
it's
I'm
an
gonna get
expensive
one.
hobby, but yeah, no, I love it, and I don't like to. I don't want to be. I've always tried to tell myself my dodgy bass drum control was a result of my playing and not my gear. Because I went through that like in my 20s. I'll spend 400 quid on a bass drum pedal. I'll do this, do that. When actually I just didn't practice enough with my right foot. But I've always like felt there's something missing from a kick drum, and I think a pedal, sorry, and just that little bit of extra weight on it, like it. I love it so much. Like I don't know if you've used one before,
I
but
haven't.
it does
Reza, my co-host, who couldn't make it today because
because it
got
was last minute.
he's at work. But yeah, basically he's got one and he really swears by it. He loves it. And
Yeah, I
we're doing a
absolutely
great
love it, and
advert
it
for
like I
Jeremy Lowboy.
Jeremy, yeah, he is amazing as well. He's such a nice dude. And I remember, like, so there's this drum, I don't know if you're, Blink-182 much. You obviously know who they are, but there's a bass drum part in the song "Don't Leave Me" that's eighth notes, dum 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 dum. And all my drumming life, I've never been able to play it because it's at that kind of that mid-tempo bass drum speed. So I could probably go da 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 da, and I can go da 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 da, but like dom 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 dom, keeping that like consistent.
Hmm.
I can do it now, and I want to say thank you, Lowboy, for allowing me to live my dreams and play my one of my favorite Blink songs now. And yeah, I don't know. It's I think it's something to do with the weight distribution or something
Hmm.
like that. Anyway, we're not. I listened to your Jeremy podcast actually on the way to work. So
We had a few audio problems there with Reza's sound because he's had a bit of a trouble with his internet,
Mm,
but it was great to see him. And I also want to order some patches, and because you can buy the
ah,
patches, as in the
yeah.
badges, for the shirts. But anyway,
Oh, I see. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, the patch on your hat you can get
Oh, can
separately.
you?
Yeah, I'm gonna buy
Yeah, it's
some.
my favorite hat. This one. It's really comfy, and I get a lot of hats as you can probably tell.
Hmm.
This and I think I really like the logo on it, and it's just yeah,
So
so good
chocolate.
old hat. Yeah,
Right, so let's get to business. So
business.
we'll talk. This is going to be relatively quick, although we've already like expanded it a bit by this chat that's not really particularly about drums, but apart from Jeremy's bits. So first of all, you're at the UK Drum Show and you're
Hmm.
in the Sound Advice Educating with Evans room,
Hmm.
and you've got a session on Sunday. Is that right?
Well done. Yeah, you've done your research. You know where I live, and you know my movements. This is good.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just working on your bank account. Um,
So, mate, you'll be disappointed. I'll tell you
yeah,
what.
don't worry. So tell us about what you're going to do. So first of all, just the room is it's hall 10 on the second up the escalator on the left at the
Mhm.
ACC Liverpool, and you'll be there amongst other drummers, but you'll have your own session. It's about a 40-minute session, I think. Bob does a 10-minute warm up, and then you do half an hour, according to Bob.
Mhm.
And then what are you doing? It's all on pads done by Evans and all the tactile pads, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. So it's all on tactile pads, and it's all on the kick drum uh
Yeah.
I guess pads as well. So Evans have really gone above and beyond. Bob's gone above and beyond, and big shout out to Adam and Ben from Evans or Dadario. No, I've had a conversation about Adam about this. Dadario, I believe.
Dario.
So it's like dairy, as in like milk. Dario.
Dario.
I'm pretty sure we had a few wines when we were talking about it, but I'm pretty sure that's anyway. So that company, that amazing company, they've gone above and beyond. So yeah, brainchild of Bob, as he said in his 6 hour podcast to you the other day. Don't ask Bob to don't ask Bob to start speaking.
It was 7 hours. But,
The extended edition of Lord of the Rings. That was great. I loved it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll do it very quickly. So Bob explained most of it. It's a room, 20 pads, one artist, and everyone participating gets to obviously actually participate, which is something that you don't get very often in these things, whether it's not for logistical reasons or whatever.
Yeah.
So I mean, just the very idea, like it blows my mind that 20 people get to hang out with Eloy Casagrande in a room and do a pad, whatever he's going to do. I think it's so cool. And I just think it's mind blowing what they're doing, and I think it's going to be really, really fun, and it's going to be a crazy experience for lots of people. I mean, yeah, like I said, we've got Dexter Hercules, Ed Sheeran's drummer, Drew Michaels, who is Sam Fender's drummer. These big names that you often have to see in coming on to me, but these big names that you see in these stadiums a lot of the time are going to be there in front of you, and there's going to be no 20,000 people. There's whatever, you just be them in the pads, and you watch videos, you watch like Eloy's videos, and you always think like, where the hell do you start with doing that? And obviously you start on a practice pad, so it's gonna I think it's gonna be great. So my one, obviously my shtick is stick tricks, visual stuff, and that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be doing some cool little exercises. I don't want to give like a crazy. I want people to be surprised when they come and all that. But it is going to be definitely more on visuals. I've managed to make a career on visuals now because of the stick tricks and all that kind of stuff, and I'm starting to understand Instagram a little bit more. So basically talking about my topic is how to stand out above the crowd. So if you've got millions upon millions of Instagram users, how your drum video can get out there for people to see. Because I do think, even though it is quite poisonous, social media in some ways, we need it, don't we? No matter what.
Yeah.
You find out there's a drummer, or you're auditioning a drummer, the first thing you do is to see what their social media presence is and see them, what they can do. And I wouldn't say they care too much about how many followers or likes you've got, but it's like an audition tape, isn't it? You've got a portfolio. And I always try and say this to my students as well. You need to have a portfolio if you want to be a modern working day drummer. So just get on it. Even if you have like an Instagram account, which you can make private, just film yourself drumming. And I find it's a nice way as well to, again, this is going off my room, I'm sorry. I think it's a nice way to see your growth as well. Like, I'll watch videos that I did 2-3 years ago, and not only just what I've learned playing wise, but what I've learned how to use a camera, how to light things. I had like shocking lighting before, and I never even realized. And yeah, I don't know. I think it's important, and that's what a lot of we're going to do loads of drumming, but we're going to talk about all that kind of stuff as well. Just visuals. And this is the cheesy, important part, but I just want people to have fun. I want people to come to my lesson and just go away feeling good about themselves and feeling happy. I don't expect people to go away thinking like my life has been changed forever. Like if you went to like Thomas Lang or a Mike Johnston thing, they do what they do incredibly well. I just want people to enjoy themselves, have fun, and yeah, leave. I don't want to sound like David Brent, but like leave with a smile on their face, and just, yeah.
I think we all have different ways or we all have different triggers which connect with us or work for us. So some people would need sheets of notes to follow, and then a bit of inspiration to go off and read. Some people would need just a pat on the back and a and a chat with someone, or even a sticker or a bit of merch. And I remember my son when he was 2015 in London drum show, like he met Andy from Newcastle from drum shop in Newcastle. He met him for the first time. Andy made a fuss of him, gave him a t-shirt. He's loved him ever since. you
Oh,
know,
yeah,
and
that
it,
is.
we were out there doing videos and film photos and videos of Zach Grooves, but he's always loved Andy because Andy made an impression on him, and that he's bought a lot of stuff. We've bought stuff from him and what have you. Jake's the
Oh,
same.
that's great.
Jake at Instagram. Why did I say that? Jake at Into Music.
You're
Um,
looking at me. That's why you see me. You
yes,
just think, oh, Instagram. That's all he does.
yeah. I mean, Jake at Into Music. He's made a big impression on Arch, and he's just picking up decent Natal kit, a fourth one of his kits, because because he wanted to buy it from Jake. So I think what you can take away from these things you don't even expect. So
Yeah,
I think it's about passing the message on, inspiring, and triggering what's already maybe there, and then you connecting with someone, be like, oh great, I don't feel, oh, this is right, this is what I was thinking, and now this person who's in front of me is kind of almost confirming what I thought was a good idea, or giving me an idea that I hadn't even considered. So I
yeah,
think everyone's got their value, whether you're Mike Johnston or Thomas or anything on the from Mike Dalbear's stage, or whatever. We all go and find different things we come away with. So
yeah.
uh
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I'm looking, so the first day I'm like a punter. I am there for, you know, all the education stuff. I'm not a massive fan of the bottom floor. It's a little bit too much for me. The noise, the noisy floor.
yeah,
I walk around it once and I'll look at the awesome kits, but that 45 minutes of everyone hating stuff, man alive, like that's hard for me to deal with. So I'm really looking forward to like you say, there's all this stuff going on. I haven't been to a music festival in years, like Reading 2011, the last time I went to a music festival. But you've
mm,
got the artists you want to see and your day planned out and all that kind of stuff. And that is what I'm doing on the Saturday because there's just so much going. I get to see Antonio Sanchez live. That's something a person I've always wanted to catch live. Um, it's living in Cornwall. You don't get, we did the Shane Hawkins drum clinic in May, and that was wicked. But we don't have a Ronnie Scott's or all that kind of stuff where they just pass through and they go, oh, we'll play Ronnie Scott's, we'll do whatever. We're playing at it's either you've got to play the pub or that's kind of it, I think. Well, oh yeah, we do festivals and whatnot, but it's never geeky music, jazz, all that kind of stuff. So being able
yeah,
to see like Antonio Sanchez, who I've looked up to, I mean, I can't play like him for the love of God, but that's why I love him so much because I don't know how his limbs do that, and he's just so musical. And that's one example. Obviously, we've got Eloy doing his thing on this Sunday. I'm not a big Slipknot fan, but I'm a massive Eloy fan. If you watch those, he is just a genius. If you watch those videos he does, which I'm sure you do, everyone has, when he puts them on TikTok or Instagram of the him playing like duality, but the music's been muted and it's just like drums only.
yeah,
Just watching that, if you didn't know the song, he could be playing over like an Earth, Wind and Fire track or you know anything pop as well as metal. It's just so groovy and it works so well. So I'm looking forward to seeing what he's got to bring to the table. And yeah, Jack Manders, who is UK Young Drummer of the Year, he's from Cornwall. He's doing the Mike Dolbear room at 12 o'clock. I'm really looking forward to catching him. He is out of this world. He's got this left hand that I'm so jealous of. He's just got like, so much feel to his playing. And yeah, just loads. Who are you looking forward to checking out? What's your big thing? Apart from my pad lesson, of course, at
oh well, that
10:30 on
I mean
Sunday.
that was it, wasn't it? So I don't, do you know what, I would book if they were selling tickets on the way out of last year. I would have just bought them I don't buy them for who's going to be there. I mean,
Right.
I don't wait and see who's being, announced before I buy the ticket. I'm going to the UK Drum Show. End of.
Yeah.
Because it is, to me, it's kind of like my big event. Well, depends if it's a minor drum festival or not as well, because that can be a little bit of a competitor. But the UK Drum Show to me is I would literally buy the ticket on the way out of the door before they've even booked a date or before they've announced who's going to be there. Because
It's
I go for actually the people, like the community, sometimes more than the artists. There's obviously people that I want to see. There's people that I like to see. But I like to bump into Mike Dolbear and say hi to Mike Johnson. I like to, you know, bump into people that might not even be on stage, but just walking around, or friends that we've got. We've got quite a few friends from the Mike Johnson group, um, students that we all hang out and we meet up and stuff
Yeah,
like
that's
that.
wicked. I used to be Mike Lesson's family, actually. I think that's where I know you from, like originally.
Right.
Um, I joined, I think 2012 or something. Then we had no, hang on, no, 2014. Then we had my little boy, and I managed to push through and still, do all the stuff that he does. Then we had twins in 2019, and I was like, I'm out of drumming, out of learning for a long time. All I can do is teach, and then obviously pandemic and all that kind of stuff.
Mm.
But yeah, that's great, and I know what you mean, and I do get a lot of people say, like, well, not a lot of people, but comments or whatnot say what I do is pointless, the Instagram thing, why are you doing that? But actually, like, the UK Drum Show is a testament to all the people I've met through Instagram. Like,
Mm.
I'll be able to walk through that front, the top bit as you walk in, not the top bit, the middle bit, I guess, as you walk in, and I can already like name three exhibitors there that I already know
Yeah.
through social media, and like Derek from oh man, he's going to be really cross at me because I can't remember the name of the app. It's on my phone now. Beat Note. Sorry, Derek.
Derek,
Derek from
do you
Beat
know
Note.
what? I've been chatting to him this morning on WhatsApp.
Oh wow.
That's how small the world is, isn't it? And
Yeah.
uh, I'll just interject with a strange story. I didn't get much sleep last night because I was working on a video that I just put out because I was just obsessed
Oh,
with
it's a
getting it
brilliant
done.
video, by the way. I loved it.
Thank you. It's a bit grainy when you look at it in a bigger screen, but I was a bit sleepy.
On my phone, mate. That's all I look at
On the
anything. It's
phone, it looks
great.
great. Don't look at it on
Looks
anything bigger than
perfect.
your phone.
No.
But thanks. Um, and I woke up this morning really tired, and I got this like invite to a WhatsApp group with me, Reza from the podcast, and Derek, and I'm like, how does Reza know my dad? Why is my dad and Reza? Why are we in a group together? It doesn't make sense.
Staging an intervention or something.
So, so like, and I looked at it again, put my glasses on, of course, and it's not that Derek. It's the Derek you just talked about
Uh,
from Beat Note and Gap Click,
yeah.
and
Yeah. Lovely dude.
he's going to be right outside at the top of the stairs, I think, in the middle, in between, where the sort of the concourse or whatever it might be between
Yeah.
like the Mike Dolbear side and the Mike Johnson side.
Yeah.
So I think he's going to be right there. So
Oh,
um,
brilliant.
I was literally what's happening this morning. We got into conversations about matcha for some reason because he's coming from Japan. So, all the classic stuff like Karate Kid and matcha and all the sort of standard stuff that
Are
you'd
you a
say.
matcha drinker? Are you drinking matcha right now?
I'm not now. This is a regular cold coffee, but
All right.
I made one this morning. I'm a bit out actually. I'm running out of my matcha. I'm gonna have to get some new stuff.
Is it as good as like all those hippies from California like say?
I don't know. Do you know what? It's nice
Be
to drink.
honest.
It's not very. I don't like it without some kind of sweetener. Now I
Right.
don't normally have sugar, but as in my tea, but
Yeah.
I would put either honey or vanilla essence.
Okay. Yeah.
Um, and yeah, with that I really like it, and I normally have a latte, sort of like a matcha latte sort of thing.
Okay. Yeah.
Um,
We don't have matcha in Cornwall, as far as I'm aware. Like, so I've never tried it, so I can't. And it looks like such a faff to make it.
well, that's the
I haven't
best.
got time.
That's the bit I like. That's the
Right.
bit. That's the bit I like. I go through the ceremony. I mean, every time I do it, I think of Karate Kid too. Now, if you're depends how old you are, you're a bit younger than me, quite a bit younger than me. But Karate Kid 2, there's like a scene, and the tea ceremony is symbolic of people falling in love. So they do this thing.
Mm.
Anyway, Kumiko and Daniel-san, they do the matcha thing, and
Ah,
that whole kind of, and because I grew up on that, it's kind of a bit, and I'm getting a bit nostalgic about the 80s and that. But yeah, I love the actual stirring it with the whisk. I've got the Mike Johnson starter
ah.
kit.
Yeah, yeah. I've
Um,
made no, honestly, you should see my mornings. Like I've barely got time. Yeah. So when I put in the kids, I've got three kids at primary
yeah,
school. So maybe
yeah,
one day, like I could put on some like Oriental like music and zen my house and take 10 minutes to make a flipping hot drink.
yeah.
Or I could just put some coffee powder and some hot milk and then
I
walk out the
know.
door.
I know it sounds hippie, and Mike talked to us about it, on his videos and things about making it and the whole process. And I do think if you have got time, it's great. But I do think I know it's easy for me to say having one kid and mine's now 19, it's a bit
Yeah.
easier. But but having making time is probably really important.
Yeah,
That's all I'd
yeah,
say.
definitely. I can imagine
Um,
it's when you reflect on things, but
yeah,
yeah, I don't. To be fair though, I am staring at a boiling kettle, thinking, "What have I done with my life?" A lot of the time.
yeah.
That's my moment of zen, watching the kettle wait for it to click.
We're
Oh man, we were talking
getting
about
a,
drums.
getting a bit deep. So
Yeah,
basically you're so you've got that one on. So I'm looking for. I'll catch up with you at the show because I'll be there.
of course.
We get in on Friday and we stay the Friday night,
Hmm.
and Saturday night, and then shoot off on the Sunday.
Mm.
But we try and end it. I will stay until the very last minute, even though it's like we've got school in the morning.
Mm.
Although I mean, my wife's at school, but not because she's a child, but because she's a teacher. Um, but I feel like I always have to justify that.
I
Yeah, my
need to get
wife's
my
at
wife to
school.
school the next day.
Sorry. If I don't say that, I might get arrested.
Yeah.
Um, but basically, oh, there's a colleague phoning me. Goodbye. Go away. Um, oh, that's even louder. So yeah, basically, my boy will have college in the morning, but his college on a Monday is working from home. So that's easy.
Hey,
So,
that's perfect, isn't it?
or
That is
uni, I should
good.
say.
Yeah, I can't actually. I said I'm looking forward to seeing Eloy. I'm looking forward to seeing his pad lesson because I've pretty much got to leave like midday on the Sunday to be able to get back home from Cornwall. So
Mm,
the reason why my wife's letting me come is so I'm doing like like Friday evening I can do the dad thing at home, put all the kids to bed, blah blah blah. Then I get up super early Saturday morning, do the Saturday as much as I can, and then hopefully I'll be back home around about 6, 7 o'clock to do bedtime again on the Sunday. My wife is very happy for me to go, by the way. Before I just say that out loud, if you're listening, Paula, thank you very much. And she offered me, she said, you should go out on the Friday too. But I feel guilty and I've booked all these lessons in for the Friday to stop me from doing that. So
mm.
I'm gonna just leave super early Saturday morning. I'll take 2 hours to make a matcha, take it in the car with me, and then
I was going to say
get
you
it
don't
that
have time.
way.
You don't have time for matcha. You're going to have instant.
Can you get instant matcha, or is that not the point?
You can go to. I wouldn't, but you can get it from Starbucks. But I wouldn't. I've tried it, and it's not a good
All
introduction.
right.
It's not a good introduction.
Okay.
I think if actually, I don't know if Mike's bringing any, but probably not. But if you want an introduction to it, you probably want to have it done properly first, rather than go
Hmm.
to like a fast food, like
Well,
someone like.
has he got a matcha stand set up? Is he next to the
Well, he's very much into his matcha, so
Yeah, yeah, no, I know. I know
he'll always have
that's
it
why I
with him,
know it.
won't he?
I listened to it. Well, I just grab his cup off him. Cheers, Mike. Oh,
Yeah.
great.
It's,
Because I listened to his podcast of Eddie, and
yeah,
he's
yeah,
always talking about the matcha on it there. So
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, no. Anyway, well, we'll maybe have a drink in the Pullman. I don't drink, but I'll have a
No,
non-drink.
neither do I. Oh, good to How? What are your? If you're allowed to say on air, you got reasons for
Yeah, it's part of the injunction.
the.
Oh, sorry, another dad joke. Um, not really a
Took me
dad
a
joke.
second.
I don't think they put that in the dad joke books. But I stopped around about 2020.
Okay.
and
Pandemic.
I haven't had a drink since, and I kind of happy. I'm really happy with that. I have
Mm.
but I've got a beer belly from non-alcoholic beer.
Yeah, that's the problem, innit? So I had to give up last year because I've got a heart problem. I've got a heart condition called atrial fibrillation. And the doctor was like, "How much wine do you drink?" And I was like, "Oh, it doesn't matter. How long's a piece of string, you know?" And he was like, "How much wine do you drink?" And I said, and he was like, "Okay, maybe stop, and your heart might fix itself." And so I was like, "Oh, wow." So stopped and had like a mini like procedure to fix it.
Mm.
And I just haven't gone back since, if I'm honest. And I feel great for it. Like I've got a bit of a beer belly. I try to get some exercise in between. Or if you drink like like, so a lot of them have got sugar in it, the zero beers.
Yeah,
I really like an Erdinger. It's like a tall,
yeah, it's
like
my
big,
favorite.
big bottle. Yeah, my favorite too. Yeah. So, mate, we're gonna get on fine. They
I
never
had
sell
one on
Erdingers
Sunday.
anywhere.
When I go into a pub and I see
Oh,
Erdinger, I'm like, yep, thank you, that's me done.
oh, we don't have it down in Cornwall. That doesn't exist. Oh no, they've got it in Spoons actually. That's a
I got it
lie.
in
Our Spoons
Sainsbury's.
up the road. Yeah, yeah, it was not a pub. Like
I
I
know.
can't crack open another thing or so, but they've got it in Morrison's too. And my
Yeah,
wife gets it for me, and I'll have like I try to have yeah one a day or something like that. Apparently, it's got isot. I don't know what isotonic means, but it's
yeah,
like
it's an
not
isotonic
supposed to be
drink.
bad for you.
Yeah,
Yeah, and in fact, that's one thing I was a bit worried about is coming. I mean, because everyone socializes at the Pullman, don't they? And I'm like, man, will I survive without without alcohol? But I've already met a sober body. That's great.
absolutely. Do you know what? I've gone through phases. So I used to, I'm not talking about drums, sorry, but I used to smoke, and I used to drink. And when I stopped smoking before the ban, I thought, oh, I don't feel like I'm taking part in the evening. I'm like, I'm out, but I'm not
Mm,
out. And then I got
mm,
over that, and then I could be out without smoking and still enjoy it like I'm out. And then
mm.
when I gave up drinking, I thought, oh, I'm not out. I can't really join in because everyone's getting off. Everyone's
Yeah,
getting off their face and enjoying,
smashed.
and I'm driving them home. So I'm not. But now I can completely take part in an evening and feel like
Mm,
exactly the same, and be able to drive people home and save
mm.
money on a cab or whatever or Stadvest, and basically and basically kind of it's just no different. It's to me, I'm completely over that hill, and
Yeah.
I'm not. Don't get me wrong. I don't go jogging, and I'm not fit in any way, but
Mm.
I do feel better for not needing it.
Oh man, yeah, it's about the company you keep as well. I went out to a few 40th birthdays for the first time since stopping. I became like a hermit because I was worried that I wouldn't be able to enjoy a night out and I'll be like, oh, I get to drink or
Yeah.
whatever. But like, first of all, you're the most intelligent person in the room, which never
Yes.
happens often with me.
No,
And
no.
second, I was just you get off on the conversation and I found that like, when you do hang around drunk people, their attention span is terrible. So that's one thing I find difficult. You're having a conversation with someone, and then 2 minutes later they go, "Oh, someone else," and they disappear and
Mm.
leave you like "Oh, okay."
Yeah, thanks.
That's the only thing I found annoying about it. But the rest was fine. And I when everyone else is acting like idiots, you act like an idiot, but you've got all the control you want over how much of an idiot you want to be. When it gets to climbing scaffolding, you're like, "Oh, I'm not going to bother doing that now."
Yeah, maybe
But
not.
you can say stupid things and
Get
and
traffic
all that
cones.
because yeah, back in the day, mate. Yeah, sure. But yeah, I just find it's really it's sometimes I find it difficult in the change of seasons. Like when it goes into autumn, I'm like, oh, I really fancy a wine or something. So
Yeah.
this is turned into alcohol talk. I'm very sorry, but you get over that, and yeah, life is you don't need it. You really don't need it, and it is so bad for you. Um, yeah, it
Yeah.
is very very bad for
And
you as well, just mentally and
what is good for you, obviously, is drumming and
obviously drumming. You can cut
socially.
all this. This is supposed to be a short episode. I'm so
It's all
sorry.
right. That's all right. It's good to meet. I mean, we haven't ever met before, but I feel like I've known you all my life.
Oh
What
yeah.
star sign are you? You're not born in June, are you?
I am a Gemini.
Ah, there you go.
Are you a Gemini?
No.
Oh, okay.
But
You said June, and I was like, I thought
yeah,
that was. I don't know anything about star signs.
no, I'm just after. I'm Cancerian, so yeah.
All right.
I am a
Yeah.
June. I'm a June baby, but whether it means anything or not, I don't know. Uh, but uh, basically, probably the drumming thing is is I think there's a certain type of people that are drummers, and we all seem to get on, which is probably why the community is so good, which is probably why the UK Drum Show is so successful, in the fact that we kind of all gravitate to this place and we all sort of just feel comfortable
Oh,
enjoying the
it's
weekend.
wonderful. I said this on the actual official UK Drum Show podcast, and I'll say it again. But if you go to if you go to something like Comic Con and you get all these big actors and actresses there, they disappear off in limos and helicopters afterwards. Whereas our version of Tom Holland or whoever, Robert Downey Jr., they come to the Pullman afterwards and have a chat.
Yeah.
I remember like I've only been once before. I went 2 years ago, and I was like, guys, I was at a pint. I was like, don't look, but Jojo Mayer is at the bar, and they were like, yeah, he's been here for ages. We just go and have a chat to him. Do you know what I mean? I
Yeah.
was like, what? Because I get starstruck super easily. And I see these heroes of mine. You think they're untouchable. You grow up looking at the modern drummer and rhythm and watching the festival footage and all that, and you think they're untouchable, and to you they are big shot A-list celebrities, but they're not. They're just working hard to get better at this instrument as much as you are, and as a result of that, they've got an interest in it. So I just find it's really cool, and it's a wonderful, wonderful festival. Everyone gets on fine, and it's great.
It's great. And I always bring my wife as well.
Oh, what, really? I wouldn't do that.
And I feel really, I do feel a bit guilty because sometimes she's kind of on her own a little bit, but she's quite used to it.
Oh, yeah.
But she's kind of
I'll hang
like,
out.
she's in between me and my boy. So like she might be carrying she's now his tech,
Camera.
really. Yeah,
Yeah.
because like we've been going as as punters for years, ever since London. And but now me and my wife go as punters, and I'm very lucky. I should say that I'm very lucky that she puts up with it, because I need her there, really, because I can't,
Yeah.
you know, I can't function.
Yeah.
You know what blokes are like,
I
Um,
do.
so just to get back onto your bit, so you've got a drum tutoring school.
Yeah,
Got a
yes, yeah. So Cornwall Music Tuition. Yeah. So I teach from here, as you can see here. It's
Yeah.
my studio space that I teach from my shed on a farm. And I go into schools as well. I employ a guitar teacher to do the same. So yeah, it's busy. It keeps me busy. I don't often talk about that side of things on social media much,
Okay.
because I'm too busy doing it, really.
Yeah.
There's the drum teacher, Tom, who doesn't wear a cap and teaches the fundamentals and whatever grades and all that stuff they want to learn. Then there's social media Tom, who, throws his sticks around and all
Right.
that kind of stuff. So I've got two different personalities, really. But I love teaching. I would sit and talk to you about teaching for an hour rather than birdingers and erdingers. Sorry, my little boy calls them birdingers. And whatever
And he's
what
ordering.
rubbish we talked about. I could talk to you about teaching for hours, but I know that's not why people would be like tuning in.
Mm.
But I'm going to mix the two for my spot in the Evans room. I've spent 20 years now understanding how to communicate with people and getting confident talking to large groups of people. And obviously, I've made a thing of what I do, throwing sticks around on Instagram, and people enjoy that. And so I'm going to kind of mix the
Yeah.
two really.
How did
And
how did that come about? Where did the balance in the stick? I mean, I
the
have no
wobbly
idea.
thing, yeah. So I saw Carl Palmer at a drum connect do it. Like,
Right.
I was like 16, and he did it on a ride cymbal for like a second. And it's so funny how like my 16-year-old brain worked, because he was doing all this crazy, amazing stuff. And then he was like, yeah, woulda on the ride. And I was like, wait, stop. Do that again. Like, and I was just like obsessed with that. And then I turned it into a groove. And yeah, I don't know what it is, but the algorithm of Instagram picked that up and people loved it. Or the internet, and showed it to everyone, and did did sort of well for me. I try not to overdo it, because I do get a lot of, oh, that's all you can do. So I try to mix things up a little bit, tie tricks together, think of other stuff to do visually and all that. Because I figured out that's all people want to be able to see for me is the visuals. I can, when I really love doing drum covers. I love it, but for the amount of time I've got to put into it, I won't get enough back for like my endorsees or anything like that. I don't want to start my videos start lowering in views because I'm just doing like covers of my favorite songs, which is sad, but I do those at home.
Yeah.
I stick my headphones in and I have a blast when I get a bit of free time, and then it's back to right. How can I sell Evans heads? How can I, how can I make my sponsors happy? And how can I make a video that I'm proud of as well? Because I look back at some of them and I'm like, wow, that was a really good idea. I'm glad so many people liked it and interacted with it and all that.
Yeah. I mean, you talked about logging on Instagram your like progress, in the sense that you've got like a catalogue of what you did before and what you've done up to date now. So you look back on it, I guess, and you've seen improvements and things. I've done very similar things. I'm not getting much better, but things like even improving the lighting or the cameras or the angles and the
You're
sound.
Hollywood, mate. I've seen you are Hollywood, mate. You're a great. I don't know what I just use a GoPro and I edit on iMovie.
Yeah.
All I've got that's posh is Logic Pro to edit the sound. That's all I've. You are, mate. Honestly, I wish I knew as I can do it as well as you. And you've got multi angles and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I think I use that as a bit of a mask to the actual playing, to be fair. So I said this to
No, mate. The
Christine.
playing's great.
I
The
said this to
playing's
Christine.
great.
No, no. I said this to Christine Neddens. Like, when I'm looking back on the video, if I've made a bit of a mess up on a fill or something, I will deliberately cut the camera. It's not always, but I will cut the
Mm.
camera at that point, so the visual distraction might take your ear off of the fact that I messed up. So, and she goes, "Oh, she liked that tip. She thought that was quite a good idea." I said, "Well, you won't need to worry about it because you don't make those
Yeah, she does, and
mistakes."
she's incredible. I've
Yeah.
got a book, although I accidentally ordered the German language version of the book. So I'm learning German as we speak,
So
as
you've
well
got the
as
Duolingo German as well.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I was going to make a joke about a nine-stroke roll, but
Okay.
yeah, I think. But it's yeah, no, she's great, and that's a good idea. But like coming circling back to that the whole cover thing. Yeah, I love what you do. Apart from you flip the camera, so it looks like you play left-handed.
Don't be silly.
Just
No,
I
don't be
just thought
silly.
you need to know that before
Yeah, yeah,
before
yeah. Do you know what?
it's distracting. Is all I'm
Well, that,
saying.
if you just check the logos of the minor symbols, I think you'll see that it's not flipped.
Mate,
Yeah.
they're oh no, actually they got the model here. You'll be able to see that. I was gonna
Yeah.
say it's
No,
what's the word when it's the same thing either side?
symmetrical.
Symmetrical. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you know
Don't
what?
remember much from school.
Because the minor logo is so symmetrical, apart from where the word minor is, that when I get excited if I see people posting stuff online on Instagram and I think they're left-handed. I go, oh, I've got a friend, another one. And then I look and I go, oh, look, if they're minor, for instance, I mean, Zildjian's quite easy as
Hmm.
well, obviously. But if it's
Yeah, yeah,
minor,
yeah.
I'm like, first of all, because it's minor, I'm thinking, oh, it's not, they are left-handed. And then I realize that the word minor is on the left and not on the right, as we all
Oh
know.
no.
As we all
Yeah,
know,
as
it's on
we
the
all
right.
know. Now
Yeah.
we all know. I put a video up the other day. Like I think it's like there's a secret little hack here. Try to like aim, like try and play like a double or single stroke roll in the two minor circles.
Okay.
Good for your technique, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like a hack.
Or I could
So
get this,
if you've got it on a practice pad,
if I get this little baby Minor Drum Festival symbol that I've got, that's even smaller. So it's
there we
one of
go.
the
Yeah, your technique's gonna be amazing, mate. Honestly.
brilliant. Okay, well look, I'll see you on Saturday. I'll see you. I'll be there Saturday and Sunday, so I'll look out for you. I'll be
Yeah,
wearing a
definitely,
I'll be
mate.
wearing a jacket with the Drumshed podcast on the back.
I know what you look like. I don't need to look out for your. I did actually. I spotted you a few years ago when I was there, 2023, and I wanted to come over and speak to you. But then you were speaking to Kristen, and I was like, that conversation is too cool for me. I've got to, you know,
Oh, that'd be
I've got,
silly.
I've got to have that. No.
I just love the whole thing. So I'm really, I love all of it, and it's great to meet people. This is what the podcast has kind of helped me do as well. It's helped me talk to people legitimately rather than looking like a lunatic. Or maybe I still do look a bit like a lunatic, but maybe I've got some
I
kind
did
of
that. I froze when I saw Mike Johnston. I still haven't met him yet. We follow each other on Instagram. I think we do. I follow him definitely, and I don't think he'd recognize me if I like came up to him or started talking to him or whatever. But like, I just walked past him and I was just like, "Hi, Mike," and then like, 'cause I do. He is like a hero of mine. I just think everything he does is just exceptional. He just knows how to do everything, doesn't he? It's just like,
yeah, he
man.
does what he does really well. He's
Yeah,
top of his game, isn't he? So,
yeah,
well, he'll be there, and I'm
absolutely.
sure he'll,
Take
come
his cup of matcha off him and run away with it and be like,
comfortable. Well, yeah,
thanks, mate.
just get a t-shirt printed with "I love matcha" on, right? And then he's gonna go, dude, where'd you get that? Well, look, we'll see you up north soon because it's very north,
For me,
especially for
it's
you.
flipping egg.
And
Yeah.
well, north of the river is north for me, but
Mm. Is that the River Thames you're on about? Because you spoke
yes,
about that with Bob. Okay, right, just checking.
the River
We've got the
Thames.
Tamar. We've got the Tamar, so everything north of the Tamar is pretty north for me, if I'm honest. So,
Bob did mention the fact we always go on about north of the river. The thing is that if you're in Leicester Square and you want to get a cab home, back in
mhm.
the old days, they wouldn't go south of the river because it's too far south for them to take you home because
Right.
it'd take them too long for them to get back in to town to pick up more fare.
Yeah.
So
That's the same in New York. They won't take you from Manhattan to Brooklyn. It's such a pain. I don't spend a lot of time in New York. I remember being there once and we
it
got on
sounds
the
cool
cab and
though.
we are like, yeah, it sounds cool. I was like, yeah, Brooklyn, please. And he was like, get out. It's just like because of like the traffic at the time
Yeah,
and coming back and all
yeah,
that, it wouldn't have been worth it for him, which I see now. I got a bit cross at the time because
yeah.
I just
No,
wanted to get back to my hotel, but it was
no,
it
fair
was
enough. Well, look,
experience. Yeah,
um,
sorry, mate.
no. People can go online to the ukdrumshow.com and book their space with you on Sunday. At what time is it?
Yes. 10:30 Sunday
10:30.
morning. We are going to have so much fun. It's going to be a nice little first thing to do, like aerobics, I guess, for the practice pad. Everyone's going to warm up.
Have you got one of your sponsors? Is one of them like paracetamol or something for the people that might have come out of the pub?
A bit of a hangover and sort of yeah. I've got no parasite. All I can say is, as a person who doesn't drink, which you just discussed,
Yep, of
serves
course.
them right.
Yeah. Just go out and don't drink. How about that?
Yeah,
Right.
there we go. Fantastic. Right, mate. Thank
Right.
you. Yeah, thank you, Matt. I really appreciate you having me on. I've really enjoyed this chat.
Yeah. And we'll chat more later on and
Yeah.
I look
Oh,
forward to
and
seeing you.
also, sorry, uh, plug. Follow me on Instagram
Of
at Tom
course.
Howarth Drums. And if you go to my link in my bio, it goes straight to how to book my spot at the UK Drum Show.
Oh, well done for putting that link in. I was going to put the link in on our blurb as well.
Can
So
you also do that, please? Thank you.
yeah. Yeah. So
There's only a
go
few
to
spots left, according to the people I've known. So it is, it is getting full.
yeah, brilliant.
Wicked, mate.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'll see you then. And at Tom Howarth, TomHowarth.
Ah, that's the one. Drums.
Drums. Check it out.
Because I drum. And my name's Tom Howarth.
Exactly. And that's why I'm Matt F Drums. Anyway.
There we go.
Right. Speak to you later.
Thank you.
Cheers. Bye-bye.
Follow us on Instagram at the Drum Shed Podcast. Thanks for listening.